So I hope maybe you don't hear the music in the back. It's outside. Um, so this is biblical. I'm not laughing at this. It's like there's a band in my living room. And there almost is because there's one outside. Anyway, so Hamas launches unprecedented terror attacks on Israel. So this is because of the money Biden gave to Iran, supposedly for the deal with hostages. But Biden gave $6 million to Iran. Yeah. So there was the deal made for 5 and 5. Trump even mentioned this in a speech today. But there's no doubt that the $6 million, you don't just go giving Iran $6 million. You just don't do it. No, because this is what results. Okay? Now, for those that don't know the history, and I'm not saying I know it entirely, I just know that for the past over 20 years that I've watched the news, there's forever been the attacks between Palestine, others, the Middle East against Israel. And Israel has what's called an Iron Dome to protect them, because many times we don't even hear about the attacks that occur there. We don't, because they go on all the time. This one, however, was so massive of an onslaught of an attack that I don't even think the Iron Dome was able to prevent it, obviously, because of the amount of people that have already died. Every war is always about the Bible. This is why science is ludicrous and such propagandists, okay? Have they come up with some things here and there that help symptoms with medicine and tech? Sure. But one of the biggest disappointments they have done, which is why they've have been getting such a slap down by the Creator himself, is that they came in as experts and then decided, yeah, we're going to show all these ways the Bible isn't true, and then they're never able to do it. But the professors, because of their morally bankrupt self in their universities, go on because they've been indoctrinated to and there's this idea that the Bible is just, it's just story. No, if you have to read it to understand that no, God's telling you exactly what to expect. Is it easy to read like some kindergartner book? No, you have to think about it. You have to consider what God's saying. But God talks about territories and areas. And ultimately, what this goes back to is the Bible. It's a war against the real Creator. Okay, and who are the Jewish people? The Jewish people they're considered in the Bible as the chosen ones. It doesn't mean nobody else is chosen. I think maybe that's where people get it lost. And they think, you're not the chosen. No, they were the first of many chosen ones. They were just the first group. Okay? Doesn't mean that Jewish people are more important to God than anybody else. It just means that, like man would do in this world, they'd screw it all up and be like, no, you're not the chosen people. Yeah, well, you're a chosen if you accept the assignment. if you're called, if you're tapped. They were the first of many chosen people, okay? That's why you had the Holocaust, okay? Like, that should have been a clue to science. I'm not really sure why they couldn't put that one together. But then science was involved on the wrong side of that in the Holocaust. Yes, they were. The medicine was. Yes, the experimenting. Yeah. The horrible things they did. Yeah. Because I've been saying for years now, science is in direct opposition to God. They chose to be in direct opposition to God. God would, because everything they get, whether people realize this or not, every medicine, science itself is not allowed to take from the land, which is where all the medicine is. It is. And they are not allowed to take from it because guess what? It's a law. They didn't create it. So all science has been able to do with medicines that you take is replicate it. They can replicate medications that they find in the rainforest and wherever, okay? But they cannot take the actual real thing because they didn't create it. So why that didn't tell science a long time ago that, yeah, because God is very, very very loud in the Bible about I will not be mocked. For only so long will I allow you to mock me. Science has been mocking God. So, especially when they wanted to come around and start saying, we're the experts, trust the science. Yeah, God says something else in the real book of life. Anyway, so this has always been why there's this war, this back and forth with, it's to go after. It's the children that are against the Bible. It just is. That's what it is. There's no other reason. They'll make up all these reasons why they go after the Jewish people, but they've done it since the beginning of history. Okay, and you'll see a lot of people out there that are anti-Semitic. They really, and they'll twist things around and make it like, that it like here's the thing. There's no other country on this planet that supports Israel. It's true. I remember, I don't remember what it was, but everybody at the UN had to raise their hand. Like there were countries, I forget, there was an accident somewhere. And so every country was giving money to whatever country it was, and Israel had given like $1 million and they wouldn't accept it. And it was like a neutral country. It wasn't in the Middle East. They don't want to, either countries don't take a position on Israel because they don't, want to have problems from maybe their neighbors or whatever, or they take the position everybody else in the world except for America does. We're actually an ally to Israel. We're the only one. We are. Even the neutral countries, they just stay mute. But yeah, they won't accept any donations that Israel gives. They've never accepted the Israel people, the Jewish people, period. This goes all the way back to Exodus. It does. That's the second book of the Bible. So this is biblical. This is, at least in my lifetime, I think this is the biggest attack that I've seen. Usually there's always rockets going back and forth between these two. I hate to say, but Palestine, Hamas has always been, it's a terrorist organization, okay? Then you got Hezbollah there. I mean, you have Israel, and they're just surrounded by all of these enemy countries. And there was the Abraham Accords peace deals that Trump had done. And those seem to have been, they were close to a deal. But people like Biden and Obama and the elites and these people that want war and destruction, they want to give the radicals in Iran, not all of Iran is radical, but the radicals there, money, and they who knows, they may have a nuke, you don't know. We've always been trying to prevent them from having it, but Obama gave Iran, and this was all over the news, gave them crates and crates of cash, billions of dollars. And then, Biden just did that. Biden didn't, they don't stay, Obama was very, very obvious and very clear that he was the first president that would not stand by Israel. Now, if something happened, he would, use lip service, but he never, otherwise, no, he really was, he's anti-Jew. Yeah, that should be obvious to most people. So, yeah, it just is. So, both him and Biden, which is why Iran got billions of dollars from Obama and just got, a week ago, $6 billion from Biden to help do this. And it goes back to the Bible, which is why God was warning about this. So, yes, this is biblical because this is all foretold in the Bible. That's why, the big lacking with science is their lack of common sense. Like, how can they be expert or smart when they lack common sense? Yeah. This is all through the Bible that this will happen to Israel, and this is one of the biggest. So it's all biblical. It always has been. It's just the good old science, one of those many things in this world that wants to make you believe a whole set of other things. Wanted to make you believe the Bible was just nonsense. Yeah, no, it's not, and God is proving that everything he says is always true.